we have Alan with us on the couch here today.
Yo, this guy's ego's gonna be so big.
I know, I hate when that happens.
Damn.
That
per person?
per person.
Ooh.
No.
Wow. Once again, we're forgetting fucking words that we know.
And I was like, dude, what's wrong? And he's like, I need to go to the hospital.
Oh my God, you're a
He's
genius.
a legend, bro. He's a legend.
Wow.
I don't know the last time you dropped 2 weeks in a row.
It's been a minute. Yeah, last week.
Last week and this week.
Oh, yeah.
Did you listen to yesterday's?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. I start every episode with okie dokie.
I didn't notice.
I don't even know. I haven't noticed either.
Welcome to This Is For Our Friends. We have Alan with us on the couch here today.
Yo.
It's been mentioned a bunch of times.
Yeah, here and there, sprinkled in. Episode 33. I like the number 33.
It's a master number.
Is it?
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
That's like the number. That's like 33 is like the highest master number.
The number.
Yeah, 11, 22, 33, but 33 is like the top notch.
Okay, so we have Alan today, so we're going to talk to him about who he is and how we know him and all that lovely stuff. But obviously, we got to do fact check.
Yep.
Because we be getting some stuff wrong. First things first, sea versus ocean. So we were get off your goddamn
No,
phone.
I'm listening. I'm trying to find the one I want to talk about.
Oh, your facts? Okay. Sea versus ocean. Do you know the difference between a sea and an ocean?
They both have salt water. I know that.
Yeah.
From last week's episode.
Well, no, because I knew that before. You guys were talking about lakes too last week or something.
We were talking
about like a lake and if there's sharks in the lake or something.
No,
we
we were
did not
saying
say that.
we were
We
saying
know
the
there's
sea.
no
We were saying the
sharks in-
sea because
Oh,
we're like,
is
what's
the Adriatic Sea.
Yeah.
That was
That's what it
the
is.
sea we swim in
That's
like
what
at
it is.
Puva and
yeah.
Lucina.
So in terms of geography, seas are smaller than oceans and usually located where the land and ocean meet. Typically, seas are partially enclosed by land.
So they're just smaller oceans.
Yeah,
There's
just
really
right
no
by
difference.
the lands.
Like
where the
where it
peninsulas
curls in
are.
almost. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we touched base on like what seven seas are. What the seven seas are? It's Arctic, North Atlantic, South Atlantic, North Pacific, South Pacific, Indian, and Southern Oceans. So anyway, okay, JFK Nixon. No, he did not say JFK. He didn't. You said, because
Victory!
Yeah.
This guy's ego's gonna be so big.
I
now.
know I hate when that happens.
Wow, I was so happy.
I hate when that happens.
I look back myself.
Yeah, I know. So the reason I thought it was because I remember JFK made like a big speech, and it was like this important speech about going to the moon. And
So
like,
he must have came to your head while I was
while we were talking about
so you
it.
just
Yeah, so I
yeah,
just put, and
it's one of those things.
and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know when Nixon was president, so I wouldn't have known that. But yeah, Nixon was the president at the time, not JFK, and Samir did not say JFK. But the speech that JFK spoke about, it says, "We choose to go to the moon," and apparently it's like a really big, rousing speech that set the stage for NASA to go to the moon.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah,
Hype man.
Yeah, we like JFK over here.
His son might be grandson, nephew, or some shit.
What?
I think he wants to run.
For president?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I think that Taylor Swift dated his grandson.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
She
dated everybody,
I
though.
was gonna say
She did everybody except me and Alan.
Yeah.
You don't see how much her ticket prices are going right now for like
Dude.
tour, dude?
Yeah.
They're like, like $700, $500
For
or
like
some
the
shit?
cheapest?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know
That's
they're
like
super
resale. Like
expensive.
people are selling them for.
Yeah.
You see it all
for
over
sure.
everywhere, bro.
Yeah, it's insane, and I want to go so bad, but it's just.
Are you a Swiftie like that though?
I'm a big Swiftie.
Are you?
I've
Okay.
been a Swiftie since Our Song is a slamming screen door. Like
Our song is the same screen door.
Yeah.
Too young to know what that shit is.
Rooftop.
No
No?
rooftop,
Oh.
no.
Close
Window.
enough.
Window though.
Get the melody right.
Yeah, you did. Have you ever seen? Okay, so you know those TikToks. This is good for you, Ellen, because you're younger. You know those TikToks where people will play like a karaoke version of a song, and then somebody has to like guess what the lyrics are.
Yes.
Do you know? What I mean?
I think I might have seen some of
But
those.
there's like a TV show on that. Isn't there?
Yeah, but there's like a trend. So they just like put a karaoke song, and then the person has to sing the lyrics.
Like they'll mute it.
without the lyrics there.
Okay.
So they have to like guess the lyrics.
Oh,
you
I
know?
think I might have seen some of these.
There was a funny ass one where somebody played Our Song, and this guy was like, "What the fuck? I don't know this song," and he made up a song on the spot, and it was so
was good?
perfect and so funny and so good. I want to find it, kind of.
Okay.
I'm gonna
On
find
break.
it. Yeah, okay,
Are you
yeah,
gonna
we'll
find
do
it
it.
out?
We'll do it
Okay.
on break. We'll do it on break, and I'll show you guys.
Like when I
after.
reset the camera or like, yeah.
Anyhow, moving on. how F1 tickets have changed over the years. Because you're talking about how it's like so expensive now, and that's why people were up in arms about Alex Earl going to the.
That's funny because you want to know something that's funny? So I listened to the podcast last week, and then I went on TikTok and saw like Alex Earl's outfit or some shit that she was wearing right after I listened to your podcast.
Wow.
No shit.
I was like,
Did you know who she was though?
Dude,
I
didn't know who she was, but like I saw her name around. I had no idea like what the hype was.
Yeah.
I had
no idea
like,
who the fuck she was.
I was like, who is this? And then that was it. And then I saw it after
but you
I
didn't see Liz's.
No, I didn't see Liz's.
That would have been hilarious.
Yeah,
if
that would have
Liz's
been.
popped
The
up
only
on
reason
yours.
I actually saw Liz's because you like laid it over last or on the video, and I actually watched the video one last week. Now that I think about it, but I saw it only because of
the video.
because of the video.
Oh,
that
you
posted
posted it on there?
I put it on there.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Just-
Shit. Well, same thing. When if I watch, I'm watching it, not just listening.
Yeah.
But if I listen at work, I'll set it down and
Yeah.
I'll fucking
Move
constantly-
around, yeah.
So I must have missed that. Fuck. Good shit.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, thanks. You know.
She does all that. I don't do it, guys.
I know you just sit here.
But just based on the
I cover
three,
rent.
Yeah,
That's about it.
Yeah. Based on the three categories of Formula One tickets, they analyzed that the average ticket costs $508 for 3 days at Formula One in 2023, and that has increased 56% since they did this in 2019.
God damn.
Yeah, so that's a lot.
When did that Netflix series release? Was it 2019?
No, it was a little before that, but the hype started
Yeah.
in like 2020.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like
Okay.
like pandemic hit and people were on Netflix, you
Of
know,
course. God.
and then bada bing, bada boom.
I mean, I didn't even know about. I didn't even know what F1 was, to be honest. And then you start talking. I kind of want to watch the series just because there is so much hype around
You
it.
should. It's good.
It's like
I'm
I don't
telling
know.
you, every person could get into it. My dad could get into it. You know, like my grandma would be interested. Like I'm dead
In the
serious
show.
in the show.
But
But once you watch the show, you want to know what's going on in
Yeah,
like real
yeah.
time too. You know.
Well, how long is the show? Like, what is it? Like a series?
It's a docu-series, so there's a season for every season, like of the.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So
I see.
think it started in 2018, maybe 2017, 2018 season, maybe.
And now they release a season every year.
So after every season,
Okay,
they
that makes
release a
sense.
season, like I think a month before the actual season starts again. So like it just builds so much hype for
That
the
makes
sport in
sense.
general.
So you're watching these races,
Mm-hmm.
and then the season drops.
Yeah. So I've already watched the races. I already know the drama behind it, but then they have like the
More details.
They have more
but more
details,
behind the scenes.
More behind the scenes, and then also like the actual drivers talking about the situations or like
tight.
talking about a first win, you know, in his history of Formula, you know. So
Gotcha,
like,
gotcha.
There's one that Theo went to. You're gonna see Rob hobbling in the background
Yeah.
in the Netflix documentary
Yeah,
coming
right.
up.
Maybe.
Right? Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh my god, no, it's not. He's not in it. But
Oh,
they hardly touched on Austin, which was a shame because it was the most amount of people in
Oh, really?
Formula One
Huh.
history there. Yeah.
Dang.
But yeah, the most expensive tickets in 2023 are at Vegas, obviously, and they cost $1,600. And it's followed by Miami, which is $1,100.
That's not too crazy though. $1,600 for the most expensive
Yeah.
ticket. That's like VIP. That's like the
No, that's general admission.
$1,600
that's
for, okay.
that's like what you guys got.
That's the basic. Like,
okay, never
you're-
mind.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
that's why I was saying not bad.
No,
Like,
no. In Austin, for like paddock passes, it's $8,000 per person.
Damn.
That
Per
is-
person?
per person.
Did you see how much tickets were going for the Lakers Game 6 in LA?
Yeah.
Courtside were like $30,000
Yeah,
or something.
30,000. Yeah, it's just so mind-boggling that people have money to spend like that. It's so.
How about those
crazy.
fucking pants? The shirt.
The shirt? Yeah, we sent them. Me and Liz were looking up billionaires on the Forbes list yesterday, and we were just looking at this one guy, or I think it was the number one billionaire in the world. He's a fashion person, whatever.
Really?
Yeah, I looked it up
don't think
yesterday.
so.
Yes, I'm positive. We looked this up yesterday.
Fact check.
Isn't it?
It's not.
Isn't it either Elon Musk
Elon's
or
second, and then Jeff is third.
third? Really?
Yes. Yep.
Someone surpassed them.
Someone's above them. Yes, he's a Frenchman.
The fuck?
I'm not making this up.
I don't know who
Warren?
this guy
No,
is.
I'm
but-
No,
What'd you
his
say?
name's like
Ralph
Fred
Lauren.
or his name's like Fred or Arthur or something. I don't know. But his son was an executive or a CEO of some clothing brand. So we're like, let's look up this clothing brand. Like we'd never heard of it.
And for sure, there are richer people than them though. Like the princes of like Saudi Arabia and shit.
Yeah.
These guys got like unlimited fucking. They're probably trillionaires.
Yeah.
trillionaires.
Yeah.
So
they own these oil reserves and.
So we look up this clothing brand, and it's a basic ass T-shirt, literally what Samir is wearing.
Worse.
Okay,
The way the model was wearing it, like
Was it just
didn't look
like
good.
just a plain T-shirt?
a basic
Plain
ass
ass
T-shirt.
T-shirt.
Okay, it was green, basic ass. Okay, it was made out of 100% king wool or something, and the micro something is like 12 inches, whatever. Okay, so
like
it
how
look-
there's like thread counts on.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it looks
whatever that
but it
means.
looks like a basic T-shirt. You could get one for like $25 to $40 at Abercrombie if you want a nice T-shirt.
I have 5 of them
You know
from
what I'm saying?
Abercrombie.
Exactly. And that's like luxury to us. We're like, ooh, you know,
this
Abercrombie.
shirt, oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. So
$30.
we
Getty's.
look and the price, guess how much it was?
Like $70, $100.
$2,000.
Was it 2,000 or 2,500? Was it?
It was like $225, whatever.
What?
Yeah, $2,000 for a
And it didn't
t-shirt.
look good. Like it didn't look good.
It just looks
It's
like
got to
it
be
didn't
some.
look comfy.
It's got to be the name. It's got to be the name that got big.
I think it's
and-
like because the sheep or some shit.
I don't
The
know.
King's, like the wool.
the king's
from
wool,
like some
whatever.
rare sheep.
But I was
Some shit.
stunned. Like
Yeah,
I
it's
could not
unbelievable.
believe it. And
That's-
then I
well,
just
who's buying that? Like
rich
even if
people who are buying $30,000 courtside tickets.
Yeah, but if I
to
got $1
Lakers
billion,
game-
I would sit courtside
yeah.
for 30. You know, I'd go to
100%.
Game 6. I'd
Yeah.
go to Game 7. You know, but I don't think I'm buying that shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
know?
what Liz and I were talking about. We were saying even if we had that money, would our brain be like, it's fine, it's not a big deal. What's
I don't think I
$2,000?
would do it.
You know?
I don't think
Yeah,
I'd
no,
do it.
hell no, never.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild.
Now I'd get some like fucking like Travis Scott's, you know, $20,000 for some rare ass shoes
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Like
You know,
those
that's a little
products,
different.
yeah,
That's
or
different.
or
That's
like
different.
even like luxury purses where you can invest in them
Right,
and
like a
pass
Birkin.
down. But
Get
a
Nicoletta
t-shirt,
Birkin or
like
something.
a t-shirt.
No, no.
You
It
know?
was
No,
a
hell
plain
no.
T-shirt. It didn't look good. It didn't look comfortable.
It didn't
And
look
that-
good.
Like that hoodie looks comfortable.
Yeah.
Like this shirt, I feel
You
really
look
comfortable
comfortable,
in it,
don't
but
worry.
it looks comfortable.
yeah.
I'm assuming
Yeah.
that shirt didn't. It
What
looked
about
like
my
it was like a
crew
little
neck?
rough. Like I don't know. It didn't look.
What about my crew neck?
It looks comfy too. Yeah, no, I was just not
Abercrombie.
gonna go.
Yeah.
Keep going on with it.
Anyway.
These socks, comfy. You know what I'm saying?
Nikes, baby, the best socks.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but rich people, they got money.
Yeah.
Okay, so fan interference, MLB. I just want to read what the spectator interference from the MLB says,
Okay.
like what they do with it. In every case of spectator interference with a batted or thrown ball, the ball shall be declared dead and the base runners can be placed where the umpire determines they would have been without the interference.
Right.
When a spectator clearly prevents a fielder from catching a fly ball by reaching out onto the field, the batter shall be ruled out. But no interference is called if a spectator comes into contact with a batted or thrown ball without reaching onto the field of play, even if a fielder might have caught the ball and had the spectator not have been there.
All right. So you heard the Steve Bartman incident, right? So the Steve Bartman incident is where that Cubs fan, he has like a hat and glasses. Like you definitely have had to have
I've
seen
probably
it.
seen it. I don't know the name, but
All right. So I've known this story forever, but this is like pretty crazy when you like just straight up read it. So the Steve Bartman incident was a controversial play that occurred during a baseball game between the Chicago Cubs and the Florida Marlins in 2003. The play involved a spectator attempting to catch a fly ball and potentially affecting the outcome of the game. So the incident occurred in Game 6 of the National League Championship Series, so the semifinals.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay?
Mhm.
Game 6. Chicago's leading the game 3-0
okay.
in the 8th inning. Did you look into this, Via?
Not this deeply.
Okay. So it's Game 6, semifinals. Chicago leading 3-0 in the 8th inning. They're also up on the series 3-2.
Okay.
Chicago is.
Chicago's
Okay.
up 3-2 on
Okay.
the series. They're winning the game 3-0 with just 2 innings to go.
Gotcha.
There's one out.
Okay.
Okay. The Marlins batter, whatever, hits a fly ball into foul territory in the left field. The Chicago Cubs outfielder, by the way, the Cubs are home. They're at Wrigley Field.
Okay.
Okay.
So the Cubs outfielder attempted to make the catch near the wall, but Cubs fan Steve Bartman deflected it. The umpire judged the play not to be fan interference because the ball was landing out of bounds, but it was like right there. Like all he
Yeah.
had to do was reach his fucking wrist over.
Right.
Okay.
You know, and he would have been able to
Yeah.
catch the ball. It was a little bit tougher than that. He had to leap a little bit, but it was like definitely
It was catchable. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so the defender, his name was Alu. I think that's how you pronounce it. Whatever. If he caught the ball, it would have been the second out of the inning.
Okay.
Right.
Instead, the Cubs endured a on-field meltdown. They lost. They ended up losing that game 8-3. The Marlins scored 8 runs that inning.
This is what
That
gets me
inning.
though. But if you're a Cubs fan at the game and your own outfielder is coming to make the play,
You gotta back up.
Why
away.
are you? If you're rooting for the, but the thing is, was he a Cubs fan? This Barlow.
He's a Cubs fan.
Why is he touching it? If your boy,
just
damn,
in the moment, like
in the
not
moment,
thinking,
yeah,
like,
you don't even think about it because you're like,
and- And what happens? Game 7,
They lose.
the Cubs lose.
No.
Wow.
And they went on a Hold on, there's a drought.
After that.
After that, there was a drought from 2003 till 13 years. Like
the
They
Cubs.
they couldn't win a championship.
2003 to what? Because they
2016, they ended up winning.
That World Series was the craziest World Series because remember it got rained out. The Game 7 got rained out, and then it was like delayed, and it was
God was probably doing everything
insane.
to affect the outcome to help them.
my
And
God.
then the Cubs ended up winning in 2016, and so Bartman like had to get like police security because someone found his address.
Oh my
like
God.
posted it online.
Yeah, and
he needed like like he was getting death threats. People were trying to
100%.
because people were like blaming everything
Right,
on him.
yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I mean,
you were winning 3-0. You're winning the series 3-2. That happens, and you allow 8 runs to score that same fucking inning.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you want to
let
blame
alone
him,
one
but-
game,
So-
13 years too.
Yeah,
and then
right.
the Cubs sent him a national championship
A
ring.
ring. Oh,
Oh, when they
in
won it in
2016.
2016.
That's sick. That's sick.
I
That's
love
sick.
that for him.
It's like a feel good finally.
Yeah.
13 years later.
I didn't
So-
even know about that. I didn't know that it was that deep.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know it was that deep either. I thought it was just like
When
they got
I
mad.
was reading it and I texted Sophia, I'm like, did you look into it yet? She's like, I did a little bit. I was like, stop. Don't like.
You wanna get this one?
because I was like, I knew the story.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't-
not that. Yeah.
I couldn't remember Game 6. Like, I didn't know who was winning even the game,
Yeah.
let alone the series.
Yeah. There's another MLB interference that I was talking about was like the pizza getting thrown at the guy. Remember?
Yeah.
I found it, but it's not recent. It was from 2007, but I saw it recently on like TikTok or something. I think I sent it to Beta too because I thought it was so funny. But I'm gonna show you guys.
I saw this.
Wait, did he hit it with his beer?
But that's
He threw. Did
he's
someone
a Boston fan though.
They're all Boston fans.
Yeah, and then the guy trying to catch it is the Angels.
Yeah. But it was funny because the commentators are like, "What's that getting thrown in there?" And it's like a pizza. It's just like smacking
So
this guy in the
quick
face.
too.
Yeah.
Like the guy who had the pizza
I want to find.
did not fucking hesitate.
I want to see.
No, I know.
Okay, look at the backed out version of it.
Look, it happens, and then the guy throws it. And he's a Boston fan
Boston
too, which is
fan?
hilarious.
Yeah.
He had a Patriots fucking
Yeah.
jacket on.
That's so funny.
God.
That's hilarious. But yeah, it was this big thing in Boston about like the guy getting hit with pizza, and he was like interviewed on the news and everything for it. But
That's funny.
yeah, so recommend don't interfere with the balls
Yeah,
at the game. Yeah.
That's funny. Remember when we went to a Tigers game? Remember when I came?
Yeah, recently,
Yeah,
yeah.
recently.
Oh yeah,
That
last year.
was-
That was fun. It was a year ago, pretty recently.
What was
on
that
Jake's
for?
birthday. It was Jake's birthday.
Oh,
Jake's
yeah, that's why we
birthday.
went.
That's
Yeah,
what it was.
yeah. That
Just
was
for
really
fun, summer day.
Yeah.
Spring day, whatever it was.
Yeah. Okay, last thing, the Mandela effect. I wanted to look up the origin of it. So it says the Mandela effect is when a group of people misremember a historical event or person. Writer and researcher Fiona Broom coined the term over a decade when she created a website detailing her recollection of former South African President Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s. So he went to prison and people thought he died in prison. Yeah. And we have like 55 examples of the Mandela effect, but we can go into that later if we don't have anything else to talk about. Yeah. Now we should probably actually redo the cameras.
We had a bye week. I've been sucking, bro.
Okay.
I'm in a slump.
You're in a slump
I'm in a slump.
in
Can't
basketball.
go down.
Oh man, I'm in a fucking slump, dude. Ever since the neglect game.
That first game, that sucks.
No, I had one good game since then.
She came the first game, and
But
you.
3 of my last 4 games,
Well,
I've been in a slump.
what are
I
you
feel like
doing?
Klay Thompson.
What
Like,
are
I
you doing
literally
getting
feel-
out of it? Are you staying after to shoot some more?
No,
to
man,
put
I
up-
can't because there's a game usually that starts.
Why
right
don't you go to
after
Why
I
don't you go to Maystecker?
No,
One-
I'll be
do
all right.
some one-on-one
I'll be all right.
work.
It's okay.
I'll be all right. You'll find your way out.
I think I had my worst shoot. No, whatever. Forget it.
Klay Thompson, Game 6. That's what Samir dropped the other day.
What he?
He went like he shot like 20% from the field or something like that.
Dude, I shot worse than that.
Speaking of Klay Thompson, we do have to address the elephant in the room. The Warriors lost. The Lakers are now in the Western Conference Finals, but it's fine because the Nuggets will probably beat them.
Why is that fine? I thought you were a Golden State fan.
I am.
Then what do you care if Denver wins?
I don't.
You just want LeBron to lose?
No.
Yeah, it sounds like that.
No, I don't really give a shit. I told my brother and my dad.
We'll see.
Well, I was
we'll
watching.
see. Lakers are going to win this championship this year.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll see.
Big talk over here.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I was watching the game though, and Jokic is just like really mesmerizing.
God, he's so good.
Like,
he's unstoppable.
He's
it's
really good,
unbelievable.
and he's really mesmerizing. And I just don't see it. But I also could see the Warriors winning that last series, and then I was like, oh wait, never mind. So who knows what's gonna happen?
But at the same time, you get like people are what do they call it? Once again, we're forgetting fucking words that we know. It's like recency bias. Jason Tatum drops 51.
Mm-hmm.
They win the game. Oh man,
Jason Tatum. Yeah, exactly.
How the hell can Miami beat him the next game? Even though that's not what.
Yeah.
That was last series.
Yeah.
Now they're playing each other.
It's every
but
time.
My point is like, now you see Jokic fucking dominate. Couldn't miss a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But apparently the last 8 games he's been shooting like anywhere between 60% to 80% in every fucking game.
Yeah.
He's
like that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
For the past 8 games.
You see what he dropped game 1?
Yeah.
50 something.
Yeah.
Or not.
No, Jokic.
Oh, you're talking about against the Lakers?
Against the Lakers.
Yeah, 30 something.
He had 30 points, over 20 boards. He had a triple double. I don't know, maybe 12 assists.
He had like a double within like the first few minutes of the second quarter, dude. Like it was like insane.
He had a triple double, I think, at half.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he had a 30-point triple double, I think, with like 5 minutes left in the third.
Yeah.
But then they sat him, and he didn't do good in the fourth.
Yeah.
Really.
I know.
That's why Lakers came back.
Mm-hmm.
And
I thought they were gonna do it.
But my point is, Denver could not miss a fucking shot.
Yeah.
Now, is that sustainable?
Yeah, exactly. Who knows?
Probably not.
Who knows?
80 dropped 40. He had a great game.
Yeah, that ain't sustainable.
He had a great game.
Yeah.
It was just he was outshined by Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't care who wins because my team's out, so I'm actually just enjoying basketball at this point,
I just want a good game.
Yeah, exactly. Anyhow, moving into who we have on the couch today.
Yep.
Alan,
Welcome.
what's your last name?
Chetkovic.
Samir, why don't we talk about how we know Alan?
Alan he's my cousin, but he's really he's my cousin's cousin. He's my cousin's son.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not like my uncle's son. Yeah, I've known him my whole life.
Wait, so your cousin is his dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
But his dad is like my second cousin or like third cousin. Even.
Oh, okay.
But it's just it's his dad and my dad grew up like around the mountain from each other, like right there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
so
say
they're
like
close.
the village over on the mountains, you know?
Mhm.
But like we're super close.
Yeah.
Like super close. I almost feel like he's my first cousin.
Right,
Like, that's
yeah.
how close we are. You know?
You know what's weird though? What's kind of contradicting about Albanians is like we're so like okay, so you know how Americans will call their mom's friend aunt, and like we're just like not like that, or even like their uncle's wife aunt. You know,
Right,
like
yeah.
we just don't do that, but we're so close to like our fifth cousins. Like,
Yeah,
you know, like I'll be like,
100%.
oh,
You
that's
could be.
I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, that's my
for sure.
cousin, you know, and they're like, really, like how? And I'm like, oh, their grandma is and they're my cousin though,
Yeah,
you know, like they're my cousin.
100%.
But it's weird because we're either like we're family or like, well, she's not actually, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
right.
like it's interesting how
Right.
we're like one way and then the other way. It's kind of contradicting. Okay, so Ellen is your cousin. How old are you, Ellen?
22.
22.
Young boy.
Young boy.
buck.
Did you just turn 22 this year, or?
Yeah, 22
Okay.
in March,
So what year were you born?
2001.
I'm just trying to
Trying to do the math.
Yeah, I always forget people are born after 2000. Like it's so weird to
Mm-hmm.
me. You know, I know it's only 4 years difference, but it's just like
Sounds different.
it sounds so
Yeah, that's-
different. Yeah. So you just graduated from college, dude. Congratulations.
Thank you.
From
Yeah.
U of
Want
M.
to celebrate.
Go Blue.
Go Blue.
Yeah. How was your college experience? Are you sad it's over?
I mean, I feel like I was more sad in the moment when I first came home.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially like the last month of school, that was kind of like friends were texting saying like, hey, like 20 days till graduation. And then it started to hit. But I mean, like, it was good. I mean, it was definitely a lot of fun, but I don't know.
So how was it first moving out there?
That was, I mean, it was tough. I mean, like, it's a whole change of everything, you know. You're, like, on your own. You got, like, a roommate, but you're doing, like, everything on your own. Like, you're setting your own schedule. Like, and, like, dude,
a lot of responsibility.
A lot of responsibility, and, like, I got carried away going to do too much, you know. Like, I was going out too much. I was doing, like, everything else besides what I should be doing. Because I finally had that. Because I had finally had the freedom. So I was like, oh, I got to do whatever I want.
Yeah.
But it was tough. I mean, like, it was tough trying to balance everything with, like, school and social life, and then, like, trying to join different things and, like, activities and things like that. So it was a lot, but I mean, it flew by.
Yeah.
Like, looking back, especially because of COVID, that was like, what, a year and a half of, like.
Yeah.
So, like, I got sent home. Actually, funny is my 19th birthday is when they, like, sent us home for COVID.
Oh, wow.
So, like, at first it was like 2 weeks, we're going home. Like, we were, like, so happy. We were like, hell yeah, we went out that night because we didn't have class in the morning. And then all of a sudden that shit turned into, like, a year and a half of, like.
Were you upset, or were you kind of like, that's okay, I can do stuff from home? Was it like a happy, like,
it was like it was happy because I was like, oh, like, I don't got to go to class. But then, like, as it, like, turned into as long as it was, then it was like I'm sitting in the basement playing video games every day. Like, there's nothing to do.
Right.
You were still on campus for a lot of.
Well, the thing is my freshman year we got sent home out of the dorms because that's university property. But I had signed a lease to live in an apartment with two friends that following year, and that started in August, and we couldn't get out of that lease because that wasn't through the university. So I went back there because my other two roommates that were going to be there went back there. So it was nice because even though it was, like, COVID time, I was still with friends on campus. But we couldn't, like, do much, but, like, hey, come on, like, we would hang out at, like, one of our apartments, or, like, we would chill.
You still had, like, your alone time and, like,
right.
Did you go to Ann Arbor with any friends? Like, did you know anyone going to U of M, or was it just you went in blind?
No. So I lived with the kid my freshman year that I was, like, best friends with in high school. I lived with him freshman year. He was, like, one of my best friends. I hung out with him maybe, like, every day in high school, like 5-6 times a week. So I knew him, and, like, that was really it. Like, I knew kids from my school that, like, were going, but not people I would hang out with, like, outside of, like, if we have a class together.
Right.
Yeah.
So we lived together, and I mean, it was like we had our ups and downs because they, like, people always say, like, don't live with, like, your best friend.
Right.
But I was like, this kid's, like, my best friend, like, and like how could I, like, I'm like,
you're not gonna go and not live with him.
Yeah. But so we lived together. I mean, we had our ups and downs, and, like, we argued and stuff, and, like, we're still friends, but we don't nearly talk as much as we do.
Right.
Yeah. Do you think that affected it at all, or do you think it was just bound to be?
I mean, we still, like, we still met other people. It's not like we, like, didn't hang out with any other people. So, like, he met, like, some other kids in his class that he ended up living with throughout college, and then I met, like, my friends that I ended up living with, and, like, he was friends with my friends, and, like, we all were kind of, like, but he didn't live on campus sophomore year when I went back, like, during COVID, so we kind of, like, weren't as close. You drifted a little bit there, and then we had our own housing plans, and
Did you always want to go to U of M?
Yeah, I mean, that was, like, I don't know. My dad he's a hard ass when it comes to school. Samir could tell you that. He wanted me to go to, like, a bigger, like, Ivy League school, but that was, like, I mean, I applied. I didn't get in because that's just, like, it's crazy. Like, kids.
I mean, getting into U of M is really a big achievement.
Didn't you go to Harvard to, like, tour the campus?
Yeah, I went to, like, tour. We did, and then I went to, like, some conference over there or something.
Yeah, I remember that.
But yeah, so we went there, and I mean, I applied to, like, all of them, and then U of M, obviously, I got into U of M, obviously, and then I didn't get into anywhere else, so then I just ended up going there.
Oh, wow. Did you apply to, like, Michigan State, or you were like, no, that's not even on my list?
No, well, I applied to U of M early, and then I got in there, so I didn't apply to anywhere else in state. And then it was kind of, like, just waiting to hear back from all these Ivy Leagues.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean.
Was it devastating, or were you kind of like.
I mean, at the time, I was happy because my girlfriend at the time was going to go to U of M, so I was like, yeah, like, I'm about to go, you know, but like, I mean, looking back, like, even without that factor, like, it was the best 4 years of my life.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't, sure. I mean, like, I have a friend that goes to Harvard, and he always tells me, he's like, yeah, like, there's, like, it's just, nothing compares to, like, a school that's a mix of, like, fun, studying, like it has literally everything.
And U of M's not like
it's not like it's like in the middle of
like
nowhere.
Your fall plan.
Yeah.
Like, and some people that's their fucking dream.
That's their dream.
Their goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, can you really be upset? You know, like.
No, I mean it was great. It was awesome.
So just because I'm nosy as fuck, what was your GPA in high school? You have to be so smart to get into U of M. You really do.
Yeah, it was a 4.15, I think, was my graduating
That's so
GPA.
crazy.
What'd you get on your? Was it an ACT?
ACT 32 or something like that.
Oh my God, you're
31.
a
He's
genius.
a legend, bro. He's a legend.
Wow. Not to be to stereotype you, but if you looked at you from like, you don't look like you would be that smart.
Because he's so social, though.
Yeah, and he's
And then-
sociable too. Yeah.
So it's funny because how he said like when he first got there to U of M or whatever, he's like in the beginning it was a little rocky.
Yeah.
Which is funny, Rocky. His dad's name, Rocky. And he didn't do that good his first semester. Like you had a couple C's.
Yeah.
And then his dad calls me. You know, his dad's he's like a super emotional guy, and like, but he's like, if you do good in school, I'll give you anything you want. He's like one of those dads, like, you know.
Yeah, he wants his son to be smart.
Great dad too, like overall.
100%.
But like he'll call me because he'll be like he'll listen to you, you know. So he'll call me. He's like, I need you to come over, talk to Alan. Like he's doing so bad, like in school. Blah, blah. I'm like, all right, I'll come over. You know, I'm like, calm
Samir
down.
didn't even finish Macomb.
But he knows like we got that relationship.
Yeah.
You know, and like I'm gonna come at him like a cousin and a friend, like
exactly.
come at a different angle.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And then especially when you hear the same voice every fucking day, it gets tiring. Like probably one year out the other half the fucking time for him.
For sure, yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'll come chill. Like, whatever. I'm like, calm down. You know, you got to know the guy to know what I mean. Like, but, so I go there and I have a talk with Alan, but I don't try to come like, hey, Alan, I'm here to talk to you. I don't do that.
Yeah,
I come
yeah.
like, what up, dog? You good? All right, cool. How was it? Oh, any girls? Blah, blah, whatever. So I'm like, dude, so you fucked up or whatever? And he's like, yeah, man, like, I know I did, like, but, like, guaranteed, like, next semester, like, all A's, blah, blah. I'm like, guaranteed. I'm like, you're going to make sure, like, you're just going to do what needs to be done to get all A's. He's like, yeah, 100%. He's like, don't worry about it. I'm like, all right, cool. Literally, boop, done.
That's it.
I go tell Rocky. I'm like, I guarantee. He didn't even follow me to go talk to Rocky. I go talk to Rocky. I was like, I guarantee all A's next semester. Because I know how he is.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like, he's one of the guys, like, if he says something, like, he'll do it.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, I'm going to come over at 5.
Yeah, no.
And I'll be there. I'm talking
Right.
about, like, more like accomplishments.
Like commitments to
commitment-
himself.
commitments,
Yeah.
you know?
Well,
And
that's,
that,
that's really funny. So the first semester, was it just simply you were just partying too much and like you couldn't balance it, or was it like the actual workload and like the actual?
It was the party.
It was a partying. Okay.
Yeah, and like I think it was just because like I mean I was just meeting so many people. Like I met people. So I actually met one kid at my orientation, which was like the summer before, and that was like the one other kid that I like knew because I met him, and it was funny because like he was my roommate like till my senior year. So like I've known this kid. And
Which
like,
one?
Rafi.
Rafi.
Yeah, you met him.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, he's cool. He's really
I
cool.
like him. I met him at his graduation.
But so like I knew him, so like he was meeting other people, so I would like went and hung out with him, and then like kids in my hall, like neighbors, like. And what was nice was my hall was all guys, so most of the halls are like co-ed.
Right.
Mine was like all guys, so I had like like literally within like the hall was like 20 other guys, 30 other guys that like I would go and they'd be like, oh, like you know we're going here tonight. I'm like, all right, like I'm there, right? So I'd go and
FOMO,
like,
you would never
FOMO,
skip out.
100%.
Yeah.
So
like I remember there was one I had an 8 a.m. my first semester freshman year on Thursdays, and people were like, I remember there was like the first couple nights I like stayed in, and I was like, dude, I got an 8 a.m. Like people would go out on Wednesdays, and I'm like, and then I finally I had so much FOMO, I like would start going out Wednesdays, and then I'd show up to my 8 a.m. late. It would be like 9 o'clock, and it was a lab too, so like I would be late, then I'd have to start from like it was. I mean, it wasn't like.
You learn from it.
I
though.
learned from it, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you learn lessons, and like I think what was nice was like I was independent like already in high school. Like I had like I knew how to do like simple chores, and like I kept my shit clean. Like I knew how to do laundry. Like I was able, but I mean, it was tough. But
And you went to, so you were at Eisenhower, but you went to, what's that?
IB,
Smart school called?
IB.
So it's so I was there.
I forgot what ours was called.
I know ours was IB.
Stevenson. Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Sydney? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's like, well, I mean, IB's all of Utica schools.
Yeah, it's all
so
Utica.
There's like
About more
IBs.
consolidated.
Down there, south of Hall Road.
Trenches, baby.
Awkward.
Trenches.
You from the hood.
Hell yeah.
Well, I mean, that's funny because I used to live down there too. Remember when?
This guy practically lived there too. Yeah, this guy was coming to school with us every day. That's how he came so close. Like, you know how close he is with like Nick Janoshai?
Yeah.
Because Alan would come to. So his dad was our soccer coach.
Mm-hmm. Oh right.
And he was a
teacher at Mott. Okay, and then so like I don't know, Alan would just be there.
Yeah.
I don't know where the fuck you came from at 3 p.m. You know,
either.
sometimes we'd come pick you up. Like Rocky would like send me or Nick or a student to go pick him up from school. You know, but so you're 22. I'm 8 years older than you. So say my senior year, I was 17.
So he's 9.
You were 9.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he would hang with us.
Yeah.
I'm talking about hang out. Like, say if we got like 2 hours till our game, but we would stay like on campus in high school. But like we would dip, like go pick up something. But Alan would ride around with us, go chill, like a 9-year-old.
That's funny.
That was, I remember those days. Like I would come to soccer practice with you. Like my dad would pick me up. We always went to the same Subway too.
Yeah,
the
14
one right
mile.
next, right there.
Yeah, 14 Ryan.
Yeah, right there. We always used to go to the same Subway, and then we'd come like even if you guys had practice, like games, like I was always around, like around you guys. Even when we came, like my dad and I came over to your house when I was younger, like I would chill in the basement. Like you'd have your boys over, and like I'd come and like sit down there with them, like it was nothing.
Yeah,
that's so
and they'd be
funny.
like, "Oh, Alan's here." Like,
that's so funny.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's crazy.
That's really funny. But do you think that like being around them at all like shaped your personality or like the way you are around other people, or not really? I mean, it's hard to pinpoint that, but
obviously, like as a 10-year-old, I was like, "Damn, I'm so cool,"
right?
You know, because I'm hanging out with these like seniors in high school,
right?
Stuff,
yeah.
I mean, like I always wanted to hang out with like them because I was like they're so cool. But like I mean, you know, it was good to see. Like obviously, like you don't hang out.
And we're
with
all good.
kids.
Like Nick is good. I'm saying like
Nick's
Stefan,
funny
like mine and Nick's best friend at the time. Stefan, like good kid. Like
it's funny because like there's every time I see like Nick and stuff, like we always talk. Like it's just stories come up about. He's like, dude, like I remember you and you're like this big, and I'm like, damn, like it's,
even Leon, which I didn't know.
I didn't know that either.
Leon was like Alan. He's like, man, I met Alan when he was like 8 years old.
Wow, really?
Because like he would come play tennis with us. Like I'm telling you, like he would come like after practice, like he would like leave with us. Like, oh, after practice we're going to play tennis. Like,
a little
tennis
tag
was
along.
big with us. He would just always like come around like that. That especially I feel like my senior year, which is when you were like 9 or maybe 10 at the time. But
so what do you think of them now? You thought they were cool then, but I mean now.
Yeah, well now still the coolest motherfucker.
Nah, things change.
How about when I brought you that care package your freshman year?
Oh my God! Yeah,
was that your first semester?
I think that was my first semester.
I hope not.
What was in the care
influence.
package?
So it's funny because when they came for my graduation, him and Nicola, I was telling them the same story. So Samir, they came to Ann Arbor. Did you just come? Were you guys going to dinner or something?
We because Nicola loves Ann Arbor, so like
we
were just.
So they come and they're like, oh,
or did we go to that game?
That was a different day.
That was a different time. Okay.
I think that was a different time. But we did do that too. You came that day too. But so Samir's like, oh, like, you know, I'm going to come, like, send me your address, blah, blah. I was like, all right. So Samir comes and he pulls up and Nicola.
We just started dating, I think.
Nicola has her purse and I'm like, all right, like whatever, they come through
maybe we're dating a year at
my
that
dorm or something, and they pull out a bottle of Henny and a bottle
Ciroc,
of Ciroc, I think.
Oh my God, Ciroc.
And I was telling Samir, I was telling him literally like 2 weeks ago, I was like, since freshman year, like that was the best shit I ever drank in college because I couldn't afford any
right.
premium. I was like, my freshman year, like I couldn't even go to the liquor store to buy shit, but that was the best shit I could.
People probably were like mooching off you so hard because that.
I remember
like,
your roommates were like, "What?"
My roommate came in and he opened the fridge because we used to keep like beer and stuff in there, but we also had like waters and stuff. And he's like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Oh, like my cousin came through, like no big deal, you know." I was like, "We'll have something for tomorrow night."
But then from that week on, it was
$10.50 Crystal Palace from Meyer.
Wait, Four Locos aren't a thing anymore, are they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
they
they
banned
are,
them?
right?
They didn't ban them?
They
Mm-mm.
they banned
Maybe
them
temporarily.
for a little bit because they had the caffeine in them or something, and then they
Okay.
brought them back. Because I
Okay.
used to drink those in high school
Right.
when I was like 15, bro. That's fucked up.
Dude, I didn't start
Dude, I
drinking
was thinking
till...
about that.
I don't think I started drinking till senior year.
Senior year of
I
high
don't-
school?
Yeah, I didn't drink.
Did you drink early?
Early.
Yeah. So he wasn't that great of an
I was like,
influence.
That is a great influence. I started... Oh, you're saying bringing them alcohol in college?
No, because he's saying he drinks. He started
No,
early.
I started late.
No, I know.
So,
I was like, I was looking at my phone the other day. So when I got a good buddy, his name's Christian. He was like one of my best friends in middle school, but his whole family moved down to Florida right before high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking at a video. I don't know. I want to pull it up, but I think I might have been in 8th grade.
Drinking.
And it might have been 8th grade. We were in his basement. It was 4 of us, me, him, and 2 of our other friends. And I don't know how we got the liquor, but we had it. And I remember drinking that night. And there's a video of us,
Oh, wow.
a video of like someone was taking a video of us just like running around the basement. Like, and I was like thinking, I was like, God damn, like I was like fucking 14 or 15 years old.
Yeah.
But I didn't drink, like, I didn't
It wasn't
drink. It wasn't
binging.
big.
Yeah.
But then it was like more senior year of high school.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember like I had like a New Year's party and my dad like at my house. Like it wasn't like a party. It was like maybe 10 of us. My dad comes downstairs and we were playing whatever beer pong, and he comes and he looks at the cup because he knew what was in there.
Right.
And he's like, what is that? And I was like, orange juice, because it was like vodka with orange juice or something. He's like, orange juice. He takes a sip and he goes, I'm gonna go upstairs. Like, don't be loud, blah blah, because he knew. But like,
Yeah.
but then it was like second semester senior year. It wasn't really like before that. Crazy.
Oh, yeah. So mine's the opposite. So I started, the first time I drank, I think, was with my friend Alice, and it was at Robert's grad party. We like snuck some alcohol. So I was 15. And then when I got to high school, my Beata was already a junior, because we go in 10th grade to high school. So Beata's already a junior, and her friends are already drinking. So then I like tag along with them. And literally every weekend we drink. I'm not kidding. Every weekend. And
Y'all are
then,
wild.
so then like my sophomore and my junior year, we drank a lot. And then my senior year, I was like, I'm over it.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's
And
like
like,
Beta's gone too.
yeah, I was over. And then like so first semester I didn't. And then second semester I did because cheer was over. So I was like, okay, who can holler?
Was Rob wasn't a senior?
I the last
never
time I
went to
went to
school?
school with Robert was in
Elementary school. Right.
Yeah,
Damn,
when he
that
was in
sucks.
6th grade.
That would have been nice if he was a senior, Beta junior. And you saw
Yeah,
more.
yeah. So if I was a freshman and we had high school that way, we would have been together.
Right.
But yeah, that was the last time. But even Robert didn't start drinking until like late senior year or like after
Right.
high
Maybe
school
I started
too.
late. Yeah, I don't know, but I feel like it was just senior year. Junior
Yeah.
year, no.
Yeah.
But everyone would. I just didn't. I
Mhm.
just didn't smoke.
No,
Senior year, yeah, but like didn't.
Yeah.
Nothing, dude. I don't know.
it's interesting.
Straight shooter, dude.
Yeah, some people, straight
Straight shooter.
straight shooter, dude.
Didn't like frown upon. All
No,
my
no,
friends
no,
fucking
yeah,
did,
of
you
course
know,
not.
but
I mean, that's how I was.
didn't care to.
That's how I was with smoking in college. Like, I was like, it was just not.
You don't like it.
No, I don't like
Right.
it. And everyone, I was like, I don't care.
Right.
Do whatever the hell you want to do. Like,
You like to drink.
Yeah.
I'll drink a
I
beer.
love to
You.
drink.
To each their own, right? Really quick, I just want to go back to your college
Mm-hmm.
experience. So you grew up here, this area?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What was it like going to U of M? Because there's probably like so many different ethnicities and people, and like, did you have to like adjust at all?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so I didn't go to like Ike, right?
Mhm.
So like I didn't go to a big. I went to IB. My graduating class was like 93 or 92.
Is IB at Heritage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So we were like running around high school, and there'd be like 7th graders running through the hallways
Right,
next to us,
yeah.
and we're like seniors. It's funny, but yeah, I mean, like you go and like, I mean, I think it was just such a change because obviously like you meet people from around the like not even like around the country, but like around the world. Like I was meeting like people that like were abroad from like Spain and from France, and like you meet so many people, and like it's not that I had to adjust, but like I learned so much from everyone else. Like I learned like about different cultures, about different religions, and like because obviously I didn't know about it much in high school because I had 90 kids and I was close with like 3, 4, 5 of them.
Right.
So like it was just meeting so many people and like learning and like basically like doing like there'd be nights where like you'd sit like this with like people you like met maybe a week ago, and you would just talk about like, oh, like I went to high school here, this is what I did, and then you like meet this kid who's like this, and you just learn. I would say more learning rather than adjusting.
Mm-hmm.
It was like there's just something. It was just something with everyone that was like brand new.
Yeah.
That you learned, and then like even I would say even throughout the whole 4 years, like you think you knew everything, and then like someone else would tell you something, and it was really cool to see, and it was nice because.
Yeah.
You grew up in Shelby Township where
different.
there's nothing here.
Gave you like new perspective on
100%.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you went to college and then you made friends there. Did you like stay in contact with your friends from home, or what's your circle like now?
So when I was at home, so I was at school, freshman year got sent home for the summer, and then went back sophomore year, and then we moved into our house right after my sophomore year. So I stayed there that entire summer. And like that summer was kind of when like I got like I know we were going to talk about this, but like a bigger group of friends and stuff. So like originally our group was like, there was a group of 4 of us guys and like 4 girls, or 5, 6 girls. And like we were just super tight, like best friends, all of us hung out. And then when we moved into our house, we started to meet like other people, and like that's when we kind of had like a huge group and things, and then that kind of group stayed consistent throughout the last 2 years of college. And we went to like Puerto Rico together, and there was like 18 of us that went, so it was like
tight. It
was super cool. But with home friends, so I had my IB friends, and then I had like kids that I played soccer with like at Ike, because I still played soccer for Ike, but I went to school, so I had my IB friends. I was really close with them like the first 2.5 years of college, 3 years, and then like it was just kind of tough because none of them went to U of M. A lot of them went to Michigan State, so like we wouldn't really talk like a lot. It would be more of just like when we're all home, like we'll hang out one night, we'll all catch up, and then like that was it.
Yeah.
And like I would still stay in contact with them like when I was at school, but like it was more of just like people were like when I was at home, and my school friends knew that like I'll be back, and like we'll hang out when I get there. And it was never, it wasn't really tough like keeping friends. It was more of just like, there's like there was a lot of friends that like they're so.
Yeah. Isn't it weird that like when you finish high school, you have like this group of friends, and you think like, you don't think that you're still tight with all your people, but like when I left high school, I was like, I had 4 friends, and I was like, they're gonna be my friends forever. Like I just was convinced,
right?
And we were friends for quite a while after, but then like it wasn't, nothing big happened, nothing like no fights or anything like that, but like slowly people just started trickling off, and then like the people who like trickle in, and then those people you're like, oh wait, like this is the real shit. Yeah,
that's exactly how it felt.
Yeah. So you asked us that question about like, what do you keep your circle small, or is it better to have it big? Like obviously we have a big circle as a friend group, and now you're saying that you have a big circle. Did you not? I'm not saying you mirrored it off of us or anything like that, but like that happened organically, and like looking at us and seeing how we deal with like all of us in one group, and we're still so close after however many years. Like, does that give you like a little bit of hope that like you and your friends are gonna be besties forever?
But I feel like it's a little different because like now, once again, you and all your big circle from school, you guys were super tight, like you said, from sophomore on. You guys like finished your senior year off together, but now all of them are going in their own separate ways once again. You know, so I feel like because like it's easy for us here. Yeah, we're all like, you're at home.
Yeah.
I'm at home.
Well,
we know where we're at. This is our life.
Yeah, and when we all came together, it's when I was 21, 22. It's when I was going quote unquote in my own direction with like from my other friends, and like that's when we all got super close.
So like, cause now, like out of say the 10 people, or like say all your roommates, or is that the circle? Would it be the roommates
and
plus
like another house and then whatever? So
but like like they're all going off to.
They're all doing their
other
own thing.
Colleges to continue.
Like people are you got people like you got a bunch of. There's a group of us that are applying to med school. You got people that are starting to work. You got people that are like moving back home for like a little bit. So like definitely like splitting up. But I would say like I tell Samir this all the time when I like. I was telling him, I think I might have been telling you this at graduation, but like it gave, like, I don't know, you see like the friends that you create with like him, right? So I saw him, he like hung out with Nick when he was in high school, and Coney and Eden and all these other guys, right? And like I was telling him when we went to Costa Rica, like it was like I didn't know like how many of us went, 18 of us, and I knew maybe like you and like 4 others, so 5-6 total, but like the other 66% of people were like, it felt like they were like super like chill, like I didn't know them, but it felt like I knew them.
Yeah.
Right. You were comfortable. It was like we're all similar in
100%.
a way.
And like, and I mean, I feel like that's how we are. And for us, it was because everyone moved into the houses at school, and then it was like this person knew this person, but then this person knew this person. So then like these 3 started hanging out, and then like we started hanging out with these people, and like it was like we just became super tight, and it was like that's why I asked that question, because that when I asked you guys, that was kind of like right at the beginning of when we were like we were close, but then like we were really like all like doing everything together, and that's when I kind of asked that. But yeah, I mean it was
a good question that you asked.
Yeah.
When it came, yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny. I was when I was thinking about it, I was like, I need to drop a question, because you guys did that, and I was just thinking, I was like, what am I gonna ask?
That's fun to have people interact.
Yeah,
you know?
It is really fun. And every time I like hear like keep your circle close, like it's weird because even though there's
Or keep your circle small.
Or keep your circle small, sorry. Even though there's 15, 20 of us, like, it still feels small. Like it still feels close knit. Like I know there's a lot of us, but when we're all together, it doesn't feel like there's so many people.
Like overwhelming.
Here. Overwhelming.
Right.
You're like, I don't know. We always say we got so lucky with like the chemistry of like every person in the group, because like some people are loud, some people are quiet, some people are loud when other people, you know what I'm saying?
It just works. And like okay, if who knows, but if me and Nicolette moved to California for 5 fucking years, are we gonna be as tight? No. Probably not.
Yeah.
Like, is it like when we come visit, or when you guys come
proximity
visit,
matters.
You know,
yeah.
like it matters. Like,
well, that's
you know?
the thing is like when like for example, some of my roommates are taking a trip to Europe right now. Like they're in Barcelona or somewhere in Spain, I think. I'm not hitting them up every night like, hey, how is it? What are you doing? Blah blah. It's more of like, it's come to the point where it's like we know that we're gonna see each other, but it's not like we kind of text each other day to day or like we kind of do these things. It's because I mean everyone's doing their own thing, and it's like we're talking about all going back to Ann Arbor for the Ohio State game this year. We're like we're gonna get like a huge Airbnb, we're gonna all split it, and like we'll all go back. And it's and like everyone else, like you said, like if you move, you're gonna find new friends, and it's like everyone's gonna move. Like I'm gonna go back to school. I'm gonna find new friends that are in school with me.
Those will be tighter than ever.
Those will be tighter, but then when I see these old friends, then we'll like, it'll be like you won't even skip a beat. You know, it'll be like, dude, I haven't seen you in 6 years, but like I saw you yesterday. Like, what's good, you know?
And that's why I like whenever I hear the whole like keep your small circle small, whatever. Like, not like it's not the best thing to do, because think about like all the people you've met in your life and all the people you're gonna meet and how much they've impacted you and how much fun you've had with them. And like, if you keep your circle too small, like you're gonna be in this bubble for the rest of your life and like not be able to experience any other perspectives ever, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So I say more the merrier, in my opinion.
I think that's kind of why I got carried away, because like first semesters, because I was like, I want to have as many friends as possible. And like, I just went, and I feel like, I mean, there are some people that don't have that many like bigger groups like that, but I mean, like, I don't know, I'm the type
it's whatever
of
works
that,
for you at the end of the day.
Yeah, of course. I just like, I don't think there's definitely not one way to do it, or you know, there's no rhyme or reason for it. But I like people, you know. I mean, some people don't like people, you know. So if
but no, I was telling this. I think this is what I was gonna say when because Rocky would get upset with him about him going out and shit like that, and I'm like, Alan is like smart as fuck, but not like a weirdo.
Yeah.
Like social.
Exactly. Yeah. Take it.
So I'm like, you got the best of both worlds here. Like, you don't got like awkward, nerdy, like blah, 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 you know what I mean? Where he's like scared of the world.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So your dad.
So like, you know what I mean? Like, I was trying to tell him like, It's all good. He's gonna make
that's
it.
what
He's
dads
gonna
do,
find his
though,
way.
man.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
dads, and they also think not the worst of their sons, but they like they'll hear like somebody's doing something and then be like, well, my son's either probably doing that bad thing, or if somebody's doing a good thing, my son's not doing that thing as you know. Like I see with my dad and my brother so much, and my dad loves my brother more than anything in the world, but like he's very fucking hard on him. He's so hard on him, and I'm like, he's a good guy. Like he's a really good. You guys raised a good person. Like take the win and walk away. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm sure it was probably like that with your dad. They just want the best for you, but like. Really, you're probably a stand-up guy, and they don't need to worry, you know, as much as they do. And one day he'll stop worrying, probably.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see hope in that.
It's a job.
So you're applying to med school?
Yeah, so I'm studying for the MCAT right now.
Okay.
It's funny because, like, so I came back home, like 2.5 weeks ago, and, like, I've been doing nothing else besides, like, sitting in the basement all day. Like, I wake up around 9:30, coffee, and then I'll start studying, and then I'll, like, take a little break, and then I'll study at night. Like I don't know, like, all my friends are going out, and I'm like, damn. Like, this is, like, the first time in 4 years where I'm like, damn, like, I can't go out. Like, yeah. And it's, like, I don't know. It's kind of funny because I was saying how, like, freshman year I had this crazy amount of FOMO, and now it's, like,
happening again.
It's happening again, and, like, it was bad the first, like, 2-3 nights, but
so
now,
no Coyote Joes tonight. Good thing I called you here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right. Like, I was gonna go.
So
anyway.
you take no breaks?
No, I take breaks. Like,
so you study. You said, but you're studying like, or is it like 8 hours
like
a day?
8 to 10. Sometimes. I mean, I take Sundays are like light days.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'll study in the morning, but I won't do anything else. Like, at night, like, I'll watch TV, play Xbox.
Yeah.
Like, just get my mind off it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm taking the MCAT, and then I'm applying to med school actually next year, which means that I won't start till, what is that, 2025?
Yeah.
Because you have to apply a year before. I was going to apply this year, but, you know, it's a lot of, you have to apply a year before.
So you'll have like a year break.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, so I'm going back for my master's. So that first year, I'm going to do my master's, then apply, and then I'll have 1 full year off of, like, no school. Like, I want to travel. I want to, like, just chill. You know, like, I don't want to have to, because, I mean, once you start med school, it's like your whole life is taken. Yeah. Not taken, but, like, it's always.
No, yeah, that you have to dedicate it to that for sure.
What's the reason you want? Well, what kind of doctor do you want to be? You don't know yet?
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know, dude. So, I mean, I'll tell you the reason, but first it was cardiology, right? And then it was anesthesia. Then recently it's been ER because I work
It's been ER for
it's been ER for like, not a year, maybe like 6 months.
Okay.
Because I work as an EMT in Ann Arbor, right? So I pick up, like, emergency situations and I take them straight to the ER, and, like, I see, like, and I think the reason why I've been so interested is because obviously I've learned so much about it, like picking people up and taking care of people, but also because, like, you're always on your toes. Like, you never know what you're going to get in ER. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not like you're going to, like, work in one specialty and have the same kind of patient come in and you'd be like, all right, I already know what's going on. Like,
right. It's
like a mystery. Like, you don't know what you're going to get. So that's why I've been interested in that. But, I mean, the reason why I got into it was, I don't know, you know the story, but how old was I? 15? I think I was 15. It was, I had a soccer game. I was on JV. It was my sophomore year of high school. And, you know, my dad at soccer games, you remember him? He's the loudest motherfucker you could find. He used to sit right in the middle of the field, and he used to scream and yell, and, like, it was like my second game of the year. First game of the year was at Sterling Heights. We played at Sterling Heights, and my dad's like, you drop me off at the bus with my neighbor? He's like, all right, like, I'll see you guys at the game. And I saw him pull up, and then I didn't see him again. And I was like, what? I was like, where's my dad? I don't know. Maybe he's, like, in the stands actually talking to someone. Not. But long story short is after the game, he, like, had texted me. He's like, hurry up. Like, I need to go. So I was like, okay. So I told my coach, like, hey, coach, like, I need to go. My dad's in a rush. And so I walked across the field, and my dad was sweating, dripping sweat. And I was like, dude, what's wrong? And he's like, I need to go to the hospital. And he had a previous cardiac history and stuff. So I'm going, like, I had my permit. I'm going, like, 75 down, whatever, 13 Mile or whatever Sterling Heights is on. And I took him to the ER. And so he was having a heart attack, and so they took him straight to surgery. And yeah, so he had surgery, and then he was in a coma for like 5 days.
Whoa.
So I was kind of there that first night with one of I had to call someone because I was underage, so I had to call someone. So I called. My dad told me to call one of our cousins, and so I called him, and then we were there, and we kind of realized the extent of what was happening and how like severe it was. And it was pretty severe. I mean, they said it was like he had a very low chance of coming out of that coma, and it was crazy. And and he was in that coma for 5 days, and doctors were more optimistic day by day. And then the last day they were like, these breathing tubes and these chest tubes and all these tubes, like you can only stay on them for so long before your body forgets how to function. So they kind of took him off, and he woke up and he was good. I mean, he's not good, but like he was breathing and stuff, awake, and obviously he didn't know what happened, how long it was. So the first thing he was like saying was like, "Oh, where's Alan?" And then like I walked in and it was kind of sad, like I see him for the first time out of like awake, and we had a moment, but I don't know, like I was 15 and like in the moment, like I didn't even know what college was, but then I was like, I saw that, and like I was at the hospital every day from like 4 or 5 in the morning till like 11 p.m. Like I'd have one of my cousins come pick me up. We'd go to the hospital, and then I'd stay there all day, and then I'd go home, shower, go to bed, wake up, do the same thing for like 5 days. And then he was in the hospital for 2 weeks after, but he was just like watching him to make sure, like checking his kidneys to make sure he could still do everything, and he was good. So he's good now, but he needs to quit smoking.
He quit.
He quit for what? 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Like cut back a lot, but I don't know. I would have thought he quit for longer because he would hide it around like the family.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
wow.
So yeah, that's kind of
guy. Yep.
After that was kind of like I want to do it. Yeah. I mean, and there's obviously days where like shit gets hard and you kind of have doubts and stuff. And like even now studying for the MCAT, it's like, fuck, dude, you get like 70% on this passage and you're like, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I mean, like, I don't know. It's been tough, but the journey's not easy. But if it was, I told Maida this the other day. I was like, if it was easy, everyone would do it. So,
right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So when you're 15, that happens. Is that when you start becoming a good student to become a doctor, or are you already a good student?
No. I was already a good student. And what's actually funny is like, my dad and uncle really weren't too high on me going into like medicine because they knew how much of like work it was.
Yeah.
My dad was like, "Oh, why don't you go get it like a business degree from Ross and like you'll be chilling. Like you don't need to do anything else 4 years, or like engineering, you only need 4 years." And I'm like, I just don't have interest in that.
Yeah.
Like I have interest in business, but I'm not interested in business like only.
Yeah.
Like I don't have interest in any sort of engineering. Like that was kind of like the only thing. And like I had doubts like my freshman and sophomore year, but as soon as I started doing this EMT stuff, and like, it wasn't like learning about the shit, but it was like actually like taking care of people.
Yeah.
Like picking people up in like situations where like, how many times you pick patients up and they're like, "Oh, I'm dying." And then like, you get them in the back of the ambulance and you're like, you take their vitals and you're like, "Oh, you're good. Like, you'll be fine. Okay, you might have hurt your back, but you're fine." And then you're like, "Oh," they're like, "Oh, thank you so much." Blah blah. And like, it's not even what I'm doing. It's more of like the fact that I know that like I'm helping.
Yeah.
Or like that I'm providing care for them is more than like I'm interested in how the body works.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that was a crazy day that day. I remember that.
Yeah,
like
that's got to be.
I don't remember obviously little details, but like that was kind of like the
was
whole
good. That was
overall.
traumatizing, dude.
Yeah.
When something happens like that and you have to take care of someone, like it's like the fight or flight in you. It's just so it's scary. You never know how you're gonna react to those. And being 15 and having to deal with that.
The car ride was crazy because he was sweating, right? Because he was actively having a heart attack,
right?
And like he just started having pain everywhere.
Oh my gosh!
He took his watch off and he's like, "This hurts." And I'm like, "Dude, it's a watch."
Yeah.
Like obviously at 15, I was like, I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
But he like took his shoes off, like everything,
Wow.
and what was crazy about it was, so we took him in the ER, we checked him in, and like he was like in the car, he was legit screaming because of how much pain he was having. And so like they took him in the ER and they wanted to have him wait, and like he was literally like, I was sitting next to him and like he was like still like screaming. He's like, Alan, like, Bubba, I need help. So they took him. I went to the front desk. I was like, dude, he needs to go. And they took him straight to the back to the recess bay, and they laid him down, and they like literally put the pulse ox on his finger and saw his heart rate was like 180 or something, and normal was like 60 to 100 or something. So his heart was racing and it was going crazy. So they realized, they gave him some meds, stopped it, and then like they were like, he has to go up to surgery. And I was like, yeah, I mean, the surgery was kind of, it was fucked up. Yeah, it was, I mean, not fucked up. It was like, it was tough.
It was scary.
Scary for sure. But
do you want to do surgery at all, or?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. I
so
want
you
to do
be a
some
surgeon.
sort of surgery. I didn't see, so it was funny because we were going up to the surgery because he took him in the elevator and I went up with him. And they're like, oh, like you can sit in the surgical waiting room right here. So I'm like looking around like into the surgery room, and I see like this long ass, like I see an OR, this long ass table, and I see like a what should we call it, like a scalpel, a huge scalpel to like cut someone. I'm like, they didn't cut him open, but I saw that shit. And I was like, dude, I was like, I'm going. So he took me to this other room. I took $10 from his wallet, went to the cafeteria, got a bag of chips.
He
Stole
wakes
from
up.
him.
I was thinking to myself,
Hey,
I was
go
like,
give me a.
I was well, because I had his wallet.
I don't have no money.
I had his wallet, and I was like, I'm gonna take 10. He won't care. So I took 10 to the cafeteria. I got like some chips, a sandwich, had like a bite, two chips, and I was like, I can't eat.
Oh my God! Wow.
But-
Well, thank God he's okay, and thank God you were able to like stay calm and get him there, and now you're gonna become a doctor because of it.
Yeah,
So,
that's the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you'll
think
get it
you'll,
done.
I think you'll
We're
do
like
it.
what, a quarter of the way there. Fuck.
That's crazy.
That's
so
it.
yeah. So how many more years? So like 10 more years? 8
So
more years?
you got 4 years of med school, and then you got 4 years of residency, which is like strictly training. Like you're not on your own. You're underneath like people who are actually doctors, older and stuff. And then after that 4 years, you can go into like a specialty.
Okay.
So like residency programs range anywhere from like 3 years to like 8 years, depending on how like crazy you want to go. Yeah, and then you can do like a fellowship, which is like even more like in depth, and it's just but it's like a minimum of like 8 years left, which is crazy, but
it'll fly. Like we said.
Like you just said. You said these 4 years.
4 years.
Time flies. Time flies. Even with Dom finishing up in what, 3?
Yeah, he's almost 30, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he's different. He's not gonna be. He didn't have to go through med school or anything like that. But
Right.
we were like, we were like 3
Long time.
years. Oh my God, three more years, and now it's here. You know, like it happened like this. You know.
Yeah, right.
So it'll be fine.
Well, one thing I was gonna say, when I went to visit Rocky, like after like he was like still on the bed and the surgery was all done and we knew he was gonna be okay. Because you said you stayed a couple weeks.
I think 2 weeks after.
To like recover and like
recover. And
so I remember I went to go see him or whatever, and
oh my God,
he's like, drugged up or whatever the fuck, and he's like, oh, Samir, he's like, oh, Maida just left, and Maida's my cousin. Yeah. Wait, other side of the family. Okay. This is girl, okay?
Okay.
Other side of the family. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like in my head.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck, Maida? Why the hell was Maida here?
Oh, because you didn't know.
Yeah. So then I'm thinking,
I didn't know at that time either.
Yeah, my sister's looking at me like, whatever, and I'm like, because my sister obviously knew what was going on. And then I'm like, I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Okay.
But then like pretty recently after that, I found out like that they were like dating.
Okay.
And
she's your cousin. That's when you text me, I was like, I'm confused how they're related now. Like I was so confused because you were like, that's his stepmom.
Oh, and I texted my cousin. Oh, right.
And
I
was like, okay, so they're not really cousins. Like, oh, they're like step cousins.
Oh,
like,
that's
I was,
funny.
like,
Gotcha.
Very confused.
Oh, so when you asked, you were genuinely curious when you
I'm
when
like,
you started
so
the podcast. You said,
how do you guys know each other?
Because I texted her. I'm like, hey, I asked my cousin.
Oh,
what should we talk with Alan about? Like, do you have anything else?
Yeah.
Did we miss anything?
Right.
And then
he said like his stepmom, and I was like,
and then, in her thing she could say
because she was confused because
Yeah.
we're both cousins and
Yeah,
it was your
yeah. So I'm like, okay, so you guys
makes-
aren't really cousins. Like I thought it was just like your cousin's stepson, and that's, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so that
no,
confused
okay.
me. Okay.
So yeah, but anyways, yeah, and I found out, and it was like a whole deal because she's like 35,
33 or 34.
34.
She is right now.
She's 34, and his dad's what, 60?
59.
59.
Okay, get it.
He's turning. I think he's turning.
That's
60.
how he is. If you know his personality
Oh my
too,
God.
though,
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
he thinks he can pull like 20-year-old girls right now.
That's so
You know,
funny.
and he means
Well,
like,
he could.
but he definitely got
He did
game
it.
though. He definitely got.
He does.
I remember he used to tell me, he's like, man, he's like, he'd be like, these teachers, man, you don't know, like saying like they're all like up to no good.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
That's yeah.
Wait, so what kind of teacher was your dad?
Math.
Math teacher. Wow.
So he was-
How interesting. I would never, like, what? A 60-year-old, he's 60 now, so.
At the time, he was. Yeah, 40.
He moved.
Did
He moved here from Montenegro to become a math teacher.
His story is pretty crazy too.
See, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, like that's wild. That's crazy.
Yeah.
My dad came from Montenegro to be a math teacher too, but he never actually.
He used to try to get on my ass about school, man. I was like, shut the fuck. Shut the fuck.
That's funny. That's funny. He sounds like a funny man.
Yeah, he's funny, but yeah, I mean that's
He's so awesome, dude.
he's awesome. He is awesome. I mean, we talked about it earlier. Like these all he's very like pushing you, but like it's like he's pushing you and it comes from like a good
Oh,
spot.
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny
And
because
that's good. That's a testament to Alan too, because like other kids will like break.
Yeah.
To, like,
yeah. I would say like you don't have any. It doesn't seem like you have any resentment towards like
It
him
could have easily
pushing
been
you
that.
like
though.
that.
No,
I
no.
feel
Yeah.
like it could have easily.
It could have
that.
100%.
because I realize
You know?
it's coming from a good place. You know, it's not like he's doing that to be an asshole. He's doing it because
Yeah. And look where you are now.
and he came because he knows what it's like to go through a lot but he came here, he learned English, went to school, did his own thing, and now he's a teacher and stuff like that. So I mean, he hasn't gone back to work since his heart attack. Was it
He's
20?
done. Yeah,
He's done.
now,
But
for sure. Yeah.
but yeah, so I mean, yeah, he's got a nice young wife now.
So your parents are divorced. So when did he remarry? If I'm going,
No, it was
Five?
Was it?
It was before.
It was before I went to
born or
college. It was before I went to college. It was maybe like 5-6 years ago.
It was after the surgery. Surgery was 2015. You said
2016.
2016, and then it was before you went to college.
So and I went to college and so
5-6. What does it really matter?
But
Yeah.
yeah, it was crazy too because I mean I knew Maida before she was even with my dad
Right.
because she was best friends
friends
with
with
his
Bona.
sister,
Okay.
with Bona, and like friends with like other cousins, and like I used to see her like when like whatever like a family party, and then it was funny. The one day I found out when I was I was probably like 15 at the time. This might have been right after my dad's surgery, and my mom was picking me up from my dad's, and I forgot something at his house, so I had my mom turn around, and I was like, hey, I call my dad, I'm like, hey, like I'm pulling in, I forgot this, and like I ran inside the house, and she was just in the kitchen, and this I was
Where
like,
was she hiding?
she wasn't hiding, she was just in the
No, before you left.
she used to, when I used
She would, like,
in
wait
his
around the
room,
block
in his
almost?
room, and I think they would hide it or like upstairs or something like that. Yes, so I ran in and I was like, I just stood there. I was like, what, 50? I was like, oh hey, like I didn't know what was going on. I was like, hey, what's going on? How are you?
How awkward.
And then
I'm just the maid. I'm just the maid.
I just gave the clean.
Oh my god.
But no, shout out Maida. She's awesome.
That's
she's cool as
so
fuck, too.
funny.
She's awesome.
She just graduated too.
She did.
Yeah, congratulations.
Rocky. You know how
Rocky.
Rocky forced me, but Rocky forced her to go back to school.
Oh my god. That's
So she came
hilarious.
and she went back to nursing school, and she just
got a job.
She
too,
just
right?
got a job.
I gotta
Wow,
tell her congratulations.
congratulations.
So-
Like right away, she just graduated.
Gosh,
Yeah,
this
she,
is
like,
fun.
took
This
her.
is a fun story. That is interesting.
That was
Rocky dude just be forcing you to go to school, dude.
yeah.
Like,
He's
if I ever had to like,
you know, he makes
You don't
like
sit
if
down
I
was
with him
ever
too
in a
long.
situation where I had to move into his house, I'd have a degree. Like if I had to like, if
it's
I
funny
like,
because
I had to leave my parents or like,
You'd be a lawyer.
I'd be a lawyer.
Samir would be a doctor by now. It's funny because my dad and I always make jokes because when he had his degrees, he got married to my mom. My mom got a degree. Then they got divorced. Then he got married to Maida. Now Maida has a degree and he has his own. So I'm like, he's framing his degree, the degrees in the library as if they're his. So Maida's is about to get
takes credit for a lot of it. 100%. Guaranteed.
So he has 3 of them. So he has his bachelor's, he has his specialist, and his associate. So there's 3 for him. Then he's got 1 for Maida. Then you got her like registered nursing one. So she's got the degree, and then
you put them all up already.
The 2 Maida's are waiting. Mine haven't come in the mail, so he's about to put 2 up for me. Then a 3rd one for my master's. Then he's gonna get. I'm like, this guy's gonna have a wall of degrees.
Right. That's so funny.
Man.
Well, as he should. He's proud of you, and he's proud of himself, and he should be.
So that was normal for you, though. Like you did the age thing ever? Was that ever an issue?
No.
That was never a thing for you. I didn't think so. I would have known.
I was for me, like, obviously, like when it first found out, I was for me, it was just, I was just under the mindset, like, if, love is love. If they love each other, like, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't affect me. And Maida's always been like really, really good with me. And like, we're tight. We have to deal with Rocky, so we're tight about that. But no, so yeah, so I call her my duo because we got to deal with Rocky. But
that's dope.
Yeah.
But no, it's never been weird to me. I mean, she's obviously a lot younger, but I mean, and my dad likes to act like he's young, so it doesn't really bother me.
That's great.
So it's been good.
Well, those were fun stories.
Did you try out for soccer at U of M?
No. So I did right before COVID.
You played soccer there though, but that was more like a league.
Intramural.
That was more like
for fun, kind of like basketball
activity.
that you do for fun. You sign up, you pay like $10.
Right.
You find a team and you play like once a week, and then there's like playoffs at the end of the years for fun.
Tight.
Did that for basketball too, and a bunch of other things.
What is it called again in college?
Intramural.
Intramural, yeah.
There's a bunch of like intramural.
They had intramural in high school, didn't they? I feel like they did.
At U of M, they have like intramural
euchre. They had intramural
so intramural is like the club sports.
Yeah. It's like a club. Yeah. It's like you sign up.
Can
you're
sign up.
automatically
You're on
on
the
it.
team.
You pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like for if you didn't make the basketball team, but you love basketball, and you want to play, you can pay $20.
Yeah.
I think I first heard that because I used to work in sports at Oakland.
Okay.
And there was like the intramural football team. Yeah, because the football team because they didn't have an actual football team, but they had like a club football team, and people were always like, "Why aren't they part of like the athletics?" And I'm like, "Cause they're intramural, like they're not
good
really."
That's very
they're not
similar.
good enough. Yeah, they actually won like championships like every year, and they're intramural, like against like
so
the other club teams.
Right.
Yeah, so like they were
tight.
Cool. Okay, you ready for rapid fire?
Ready.
Okay. Do you like Harry Potter?
No, I've never watched Harry Potter, so.
Whoa. Okay, I think you would like it though.
Hold on. I told Samir this too before I came on. I was like, I don't watch any.
I know
TV.
You're not pop culture or whatever.
Like I haven't watched Harry Potter. I haven't like these like when I listen to some of your podcasts. I'm not gonna lie. When you're talking about like these actors, I'm just I kind of tune out for a little bit, and then when I hear something, I'm like, okay, now I'm back.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. We're not for everybody all the time.
So what do you like? How you said when sometimes you like watch TV. So you're watching TV, like you're watching
for example,
sports, or you're watching. Yeah, you watch. You're.
I'm not. I kind of the past like I don't know 3 nights before I go to bed. You guys ever heard of the show The First 48?
No.
I've heard of it.
It's like a murder investigation.
Yeah, like they say, like if you don't solve the
if you don't get
in the first 48
hours, then it's.
So I've been watching that before
bed
because I don't have anything to do now. Like I study and then I like lay in bed and like basketball's done and then I turn on an episode and then I go to bed.
That's
what
you
watch.
What time is it right now?
It's
8:24. Ooh, damn, we're kind of right on schedule.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say you should try out Harry Potter though. I feel like because you're smart.
How many are there? Isn't there a shit ton of them?
There's 8 movies, but they're really good.
Aren't they like long too?
They're just a normal 2.5 hours.
That is kind of long for a movie, but yeah, watch one movie. Watch the first one. You'll like it. You're not gonna not like it.
I just feel like you look like someone that I'm keep stereotyping you, but you look like someone that would like it. And after now I've talked to you, I think that you'll like it.
Who doesn't like Harry Potter? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean I've never heard anyone say they don't like it, but I've never tried it. So
you should.
But I'm down. I'll
try.
You
watch The Bachelor with Rocky and The Bachelor, bro?
Oh my god, dude! We used to watch that every Monday night.
You're fine.
I'm coming, even though we're about to.
But now that we're almost done.
Whatever.
Because when I went to go reset it, like his whole right leg was off.
Oh
And you didn't even
my
tell
I
me.
didn't say anything because I'm like,
Dickhead.
okay, not much longer.
Dickhead.
What were you saying? Sorry,
But
about The
yeah,
Bachelor.
dude, Rocky and I used to watch The Bachelor. Well, we used to watch The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, even Bachelor in Paradise.
Bachelor in
everything.
Paradise was my favorite.
That's the best.
But in high school, him and I used to wake up every Saturday morning and watch Premier League soccer.
uh-huh.
But ever since I went to school, I don't watch it
Yeah,
anymore.
right.
but-
Yeah. So there's 3 things you watch. You watch basketball, murder mysteries, Bachelor, and Premier Soccer.
Golf sometimes, Sundays.
Baseball. What about the hockey playoffs? Any of that?
If it's on, like if there's nothing else to watch.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So if you had to, or if your life was a story, what would the title be?
The Journey.
Okay.
Dope.
What's your favorite pizza topping?
Jalapeno.
Don't say pepperoni.
Jalapenos.
What's your favorite color?
Blue. Go blue.
Where do you go when you want to be alone?
On a drive.
I like that answer. I would never do that. Like, that sounds nice, but I don't think I would ever be like.
I used to do it all the time at
I feel like
school.
I used to do that too.
Really?
When I was younger. Yeah.
Maybe I feel like in high school I did it more. Like, I would drop somebody off and then just like drive around the neighborhood,
Mhm.
you know. But I haven't done that in
God,
so
those were the
long.
days, man.
Yeah.
I used to do it at school when it was like semi warm out. Like
Yeah.
put the windows
down.
down.
A little bit of music.
Not too loud of music, but just
Yeah,
chilling.
nah,
Yeah. Yeah. If you could learn any language in a week, which would it be?
Probably Spanish.
Spanish.
I took Spanish, but I've never like actually knew how to like. But
Communicate.
I feel like that's
Spanish in high school.
high school and even in college we had to
Yeah.
take it. But
Wow.
I don't know.
Don't know what that-
Don't know what the
Aced it though.
aced it. I know I aced it.
You
but
can ace stuff and still not know what the
No,
hell
no.
you're
I just
doing.
memorized what I had to do when I saw something, and that's about it.
Yep. But I've been learning Italian because I'm going to Italy and I got Duolingo. It's so fun. It is so fun to learn
Yeah.
other languages. I can say un caffè con latte. That means 1 coffee with
I should
milk.
learn a little Irish.
You already
Oh,
got
you-
it.
Because you're going to
got it.
Dublin, aren't you, before Montenegro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of Ireland, we're gonna
That's so exciting.
hit all the corners.
Name a person who inspires you.
My father.
What's the first concert you ever attended?
Lollapalooza.
Really? Which year?
Going into my junior year of college,
Okay, so
so
not too long ago.
not too long. It was like
Couple
COVID,
years.
COVID,
After, yeah, okay.
After COVID?
It was like
During COVID.
That was your first concert?
that was my first concert,
Lollapalooza.
and this is what I always tell people too. Because someone asked me this the other day. I kind of regret that being my first concert because that's like
So much.
top of the top. Like
Yeah.
there's so much going on. Because then later that summer we went to we went to Pitbull at DTE,
Uh-huh.
and I was expecting like something similar, but I'm like standing on like the top of a hill with the beer in my hand. I'm like, oh, this shit sucks.
Yeah.
I'm like, where's Lala? Take me back, you know?
DTE is fun for country concerts, or like I feel like Pitbull would not be good at DTE.
Yeah.
I'm
It
just,
was- it was
envisioning-
Pitbull
Go
or-
to a Pitbull concert in the first place. I wouldn't go.
Or
to
David. I mean, because it's like party music. We're
Yeah,
college
it's
kids.
fun.
We're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
True.
We
Yeah.
like hear this shit at the bar all the time. We're like, damn.
Yeah.
This shit goes great. We're standing on like grass, and we're like,
Yeah.
this shit's ass.
That's really funny.
Is Lollapalooza all in Millennium Park?
Grant Park.
Grant Park.
Grant Park?
Mhm. Yeah. I fucking used to love Lollapalooza. I went 3 years in a row. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I went 3 years in a row.
Did you
And
do all 4 days, or did you do just?
every weekend, all weekend for the 4 days in a row, and it was so fucking fun.
We only did 1 day.
Really?
We only did 1 day, and then I had so much fun that I woke up the next morning and I almost bought a ticket to the next day.
Wow.
Like the morning of, I almost bought a ticket, but
Who did you see? Who was like headlining?
Polo G, there was Marshmello, did like DJ.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know
I know Marshmallow.
Who else? Jack Harlow.
That's good.
That's dope.
There's this guy's name was Arizona Zervas. He's kind of like a smaller guy. He's has some decent
On one of the
songs.
side stages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve Aoki. No, I think I'm tripping about that. I don't know.
I think you'd remember. a
There was
cake being
someone
thrown.
else. There was someone else that was there.
Yeah.
But I forget his name.
Yeah.
But it was some sort of like
Another big one.
another
like that.
bigger guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
The years we went, because Lala was like super big the year we went. So we got like Bruno Mars, The Weeknd. We had J. Cole. Like
Yeah,
we
the
had,
lineups haven't been as good
No,
recently.
they're not,
That's
yeah.
why we didn't go last year because we were like we couldn't choose a day because we didn't. But
Yeah. But no, it's a fun experience. A festival experience, like everyone should experience a
Yeah.
festival, definitely. What time of day are you most inspired?
at night,
Okay.
I'm a night owl.
What was your first job?
I worked at the YMCA my freshman year. I was like a after school
Of high school?
no, this was
Of
college.
Yeah.
I was like a
Something.
after school program, like hung out with kids and played with
Counselor or
them,
whatever. Yeah. Did you like that?
Yeah. It was alright.
Do you like kids?
I love kids.
Oh, okay.
Love kids.
What subject would you be okay never learning about?
History.
Okay.
Quite the opposite, isn't it?
I know. I
For
was gonna
you?
say you love that
Yeah,
shit.
you guys are
I
like polar
hate that. I
opposites.
can't remember nothing.
What is your favorite store?
Lululemon.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Name a song that makes you happy.
Makes me happy. Last night, Morgan Wallen. I don't know.
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
good one.
fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's a
Right
Songs-
now?
That
Yeah,
song's
especially,
love
yeah.
that song.
Right now, yeah, that's the banger.
I
I like Cowgirls.
Cowgirls. I don't know if I heard
Yeah.
that one.
Is
Long
that
live Cowgirls.
Oh,
never
yeah.
gonna
Oh
settle
yeah,
down.
yeah. I
Yeah.
heard that one. Yep.
get it done first or wait until the last minute?
There is weird because there's days where I want to get it done, and then there's days where I wait.
Yeah.
But usually it's wait. I'm
yeah.
a big procrastinator.
Go to a concert or sporting event.
Sporting event.
What always makes you laugh?
Friends.
If you could win an Olympic gold medal, what would it be in?
Soccer.
If you could teleport right now, where would you go?
Spain.
Where's the one place you want to visit if you had all the money in the world? The one trip you'd want to take?
Oh God. I kind of want to go to Ibiza.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
That's kind of a dumb answer, but
Was Mike
No.
Posner?
It's a
The one at,
I'm not gonna
Ibiza.
lie. That's the guy.
That's the guy you were thinking
That's
of.
the guy I was thinking of.
It's funny. It's fucking hilarious because that's who I was thinking you were thinking of.
Wait, from
No way.
Lollapalooza?
Yeah. And that's who I was thinking you were thinking of because when you said Steve Aoki, I'm thinking like
I don't.
because Mike
no,
Posner
I don't think he was
became
there.
like
I don't think he was.
no?
There. I don't think it was him, but it was someone else.
It was someone like that.
It was
like
someone like that. Yeah.
Because initially I thought like Mac Miller, but he was already passed away
Yeah.
a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And then after Mike Miller, I thought Mike Posner. I just couldn't think of the name.
I forget, but I don't know.
I want to
That's
look that
kind of
up,
a
see
weird
if it was Mike
question.
Posner that was there.
I don't think it
Even if
was.
that's not who you were thinking. I don't know. I'm curious.
Well, I don't. The reason I said Spain is because all my friends are there right now,
Mhm.
and I'm at home.
Right,
Yeah.
so
And I
that's where
see
you want to
snaps
teleport.
and Instagrams, and I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck, I'm bored.
Yeah.
Fuck studying.
Watch a YouTube video.
When
Do the
you-
virtual reality.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
VR.
You know?
When you have like that gap year, where do you plan to go? Do you know yet?
No, I want to go. I want to explore more of Europe
Mhm.
because I mean, like, obviously we go to Montenegro, but I want to see like other parts of Europe. I want to go to Croatia. I definitely want to go to Spain. Kind of want to go to Italy.
Mhm.
Just because like that's what my friends are doing because they flew into Dublin, but now they went to Dublin and then they're in Spain
Like
and then
hopping around.
they're like hopping around. They went to Morocco, like
Wow.
they're going like all over the place because it's so cheap to fly
Yeah.
over there. Like it's like they pay like $20 a flight to get
And
from like
it's like train rides too easy.
train
I
rides.
don't know
So
about that.
What?
$20
it's really cheap, 20, 30. But I swear to God, it's that
from where
cheap.
to where?
Like in Europe, I think they
But not
pay.
Dublin to fucking Spain. It ain't $20.
No, but I think it was from Morocco to Spain. I think they pay pretty
Okay.
cheap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're not crossing the water and it's
Right.
cheaper
Mhm.
over there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Europe is cool, man. I wish everyone had a gap year. Like, I wish that was just normal. Like, in England, it actually is normal for people to take gap years and then go travel the world.
Go on holiday.
Yeah, go
That's-
holiday.
that's kind of why. Because originally I was gonna only take one and spend it doing my master's and then go
Mhm.
start right. But I was like, dude, like 5 years straight of school and then straight into med school. Like I don't got the capacity for
Yeah,
that.
that's
like
a
I need
lot.
to chill for a little bit, you know.
Fuck no.
Definitely. Yeah, you should take your time.
No
do you
rush.
want to look through some of these?
Yeah.
I took all the good ones.
I know. You literally took all the good ones. Yeah, the rest are like
The character one.
worst chore.
What's your least favorite chore?
Dishes, dude. I can't do the dishes.
I'm
Every
so
time
good
you
at doing-
walked in my house.
Dude, doing the dishes hurts my back.
Yeah.
It actually does.
Doing the laundry hurts my back.
Man, I rarely fucking do it, but like
No,
when I
don't
do,
mind-
when
don't
I
mind
do, I'm
laundry.
literally my fucking back hurts.
Yeah.
I hate dishes. That's the one thing that
Yeah, you took all the good ones.
that's the one thing I can't do is dishes.
Yeah,
Shit hurts.
dishes. I really don't mind doing it because I used to do it at the Coney, randomly, and like I didn't care, like getting like dirty a little bit. I never cared, but it hurts my back, so I can't do it. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
Sorry.
Nope,
Sorry.
not for
That's
me.
my story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's funny. Well, Ellen, thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
Thanks
good
for
job.
having me.
That was fun.
Big fan
Back
of the
to studying,
podcast.
dog.
Big fan of the podcast.
Oh, by the way, guys, we hit 101 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah, fuck
Really?
Yeah.
Hell
Are you
yeah.
subscribed?
Hell yeah.
Are you actually?
Swear to
YouTube
God.
now? Yeah.
Swear to
all right,
God.
good. We want a
We're
102.
102, right? Yeah. But
No, I'm
We got
already
101
I'm already
Dalmatians.
there. I'll log in my other account and subscribe to me.
yeah,
Alright,
right.
cool.
We all just make accounts,
Smurf accounts, everyone.
right?
5,000
are mine.
subscribers.
I'm like, oh, really? We hit 101?
Feel like
Oh, for real?
I didn't see that.
Man, that jumped from 94 to 101 real quick.
No, but it's fun. It's interesting to. I wonder like who it is, and we can't like look
Who
at
are the
them.
100?
I don't know. I can't look at
Because,
them.
like, obviously, we could name probably 20.
Yeah. But shout out to all you 101.
Yeah, thank you guys for
and all the
real.
other
Yep.
ones that listen on Spotify and stuff. And Alan, thanks for coming.
Of course, thank you guys for having me.
Good shit, bro.
Good luck on your
sure.
journey to become a doctor.
Thank you.
All right.
We'll have
peace
you
out.
back in, like,
A year?
8 years, you
9
said?
years. 9, 10 years.
Oh, right. Yeah. All right. Bye.
Bye, guys.